Testing, are we live right now? Seems like we are live. Hello everyone, this is LSR Lightning Speed Racing, round number 5 at Sebring. We're gonna have 105 minutes of Sebring racing. It's gonna be hard. I am Lane, the only commentator right now, and your production crew, as Nick is gonna do the 12-hour commentary for Bathurst in GT3 cars around Bathurst. Not the 1,000-kilometer one. I don't know how many he's at in miles, but he's gonna do that. What else I gotta say? As we just get started with qualifying, as you see, Ponset in our cams right now. We got Ponset, Perez, Sutherland, Berkvis, Welland, Dickin, Drury, Giroux, and Stickley right now. Shorter field right now with 9 cars in total. Obviously, you guys already know it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to you guys. Fun fact about Valentine's Day. As I go and search up for a fun fact, give me a second. Now, Valentine's Day. Saint Valentine, a 3rd century Roman priest who defied Emperor Claudius by secretly marrying young Christian couples so that husbands wouldn't be forced into war without families. He was imprisoned, and he healed his jailer's blind daughter and signed a note saying, "From your Valentine." And so that's why we're celebrating Valentine's Day. As you're seeing right now with Ponset. Stuff up real quick. About to finish his qualifying lap. Penultimate corner, I believe that is. Let's go into a back straight. Oh, this is a front straight, ain't it? Nah, it's a back straight. I was right there. Into that tricky right-hander. It's gonna be a little bit hard. Hold on, I'm getting my corners mixed up. No, I was right. Yeah, okay. I want to talk about that last corner right there because there's a lot of bumps. There's a lot of incidents that can happen, especially if you're going to run 105 minutes of this track. It's going to be real hard to keep it, together, especially with the tires that are going to degrade over time. I think that it might be tricky for these drivers, especially 105 minutes, Usually we run 60 minutes, so it ain't too bad, but that extra 45 minutes gonna play a toll. We're gonna keep the cam on Ponset right now, since he is the first driver that's out, actually with a qualifying lap. I was gonna say let's go on onboard for it, but my onboard button ain't working. So I guess we just got a trackside cam right now. Scuff Productions. Oh, and it gets a little bit squirrely. Just that little snap oversteer on that Alpine. Now apparently they brought out a new update, new tire model apparently for these DH cars. And a lot of drivers saying that it sucks, especially in Sebring. A lot of people say it was pretty good on different tracks, but since it's Sebring with all the bumps and all that jazz, it's really hard to get that car around or keep it on the reins, like a bucking horse. As it goes in that back straight right now, got purple. But I don't think this is going to be as fast as that, especially with that snap oversteer where he corrected it and saved it. So. See all that car bumping right there. You can see little sparks. Oh, and just about nicked the outside corner as he gets in there with a 154.0. Now let's go on Giroux's camera as he's about to complete his lap. Ooh, I like that livery right there, the Toyota Castrol. Very pretty. Speaking of Castrol and Toyota, we got the Daytona 500 tomorrow. The real Daytona 500 and the one of our drivers, Perez, Nico Perez, is going to participate in his own 500. So you got to hit him up if you want to watch that one. Kind of simultaneously broadcast his and the actual 500. On the final corner, as he goes, Giroux coming up to the line. So 151. Cleared him by 1.5 seconds. Obviously, we know Giroux can do a lot better than that since he had that little squirrely moment at midway through his lap. As we're on Nico Perez right now. Aforementioned driver running the 500. The Lamborghini SC63. He already set a time, which is a 53.6. So right now, what we got is Giroux, Berkowitz, Perez, Ponce, Dickon, Jury, Welling, Sutherfong, and Stickley. The only two drivers that haven't set time is Sutherfong and Stickley. As Ponce, I didn't even see that right now. Ponce goes fastest, nearly by 2 seconds ahead of Giroux with a 149.797. See if Giroux got anything to back it up. Let's go into a fast section right here. Into the right. Down the straight he goes, back straight. It's pretty much the only time you got time to think about your race, you know. The only time you got to think, because Sebring is very hard. Sebring is way too bumpy. It's a dang old airfield. You used to land planes in this. They converted the racetrack kind of just like half of the British tracks. So the British tracks actually paved them. So they ain't too bumpy. And Giroux actually get a 49 flat. 7/10 ahead of Ponce. Insane right now for Giroux. Let's see if Ponce's still out on track. Got yellow for his sector, so he ain't gonna improve too much. But and a yellow second sector. So I bet unless he can pull something out of his ass in that final sector, I think he has to take one more lap. So Nico Perez is green. First sector. Let's see what his second sector is gonna look like. If he can improve. Get between Berkfus. Another green sector, so let's see if we can hang it on for the final sector. The final sector, obviously, with that disgusting final corner, that'd just kill you if you're not paying attention. Into the back straight, as we have another Toyota right behind him. I believe that's Jury. Oh, look at all the bumps. Just get off. Car's way too stiff right now. Using all the track he can. Yeah, he does improve on his time, but it's not. But he's going to stay in the same position, P4, right now, right behind Giroux, Ponce, Berkowitz. Let's see about Berkowitz. Berkowitz, I haven't talked about him too long. The only I saw the runner. Saw Freschini. Putting that car up there where it shouldn't belong, if you think about it. But he makes it happen. Props on Jonas Berkowitz. Yellow first sector. 5 minutes left to go in qualifying. About a minute 50 laps, so you probably only got 2 or 3 laps coming in. Then again, that's on used tires. He won't be able to make. Maybe he can make a pit stop. He only got like 2, maybe one more chance after that. Which at this point, Since it's a 105-minute race, I think I'd rather take the laps. I need more practice. I need more driving time. So I'd stay out right now. Durden gets up there, pips Nico Perez. They were 151, 3 end at Porsche Penske right there, number 6 car. As Ponset clears the row, I'm sorry about the qualifying, not getting on the cams and all that stuff. I've got like a track map on me. But we do see Ponset getting that top position back by 3/10 against Henry Giroux. Let's see if Giroux is going to have something to say about this as it goes into the final corner right now. Looks like Toyota taking those bumps a little bit better. Maybe got a softer setup. As he gets it by 2/10, 148.4. They're getting into the 148s right now in qualifying. 148.4 for Giroux. Ponset with a 48.7, while Bergquist top 3, but 2 seconds behind both of them. About 2 seconds. As he spuns it. Oh man. Oh man. Lost his dang win. Looks like that's done. That's done qualifying for him, unless he can get out. No, it looks like he's just been sitting there. He's happy with that lap. I'm gonna keep the camera on Ponset right now, see what he can do. If he has a response to it. He did go purple in the middle sector, but he got yellow in the first. Let's see if he can make it up in the final sector right now. All the way up to the line. Comes up. Improves on his last sector, but that first sector just completely took it out of him as it does a 49 flat. 484, time to beat. 4 Ponset, Bergquist, and the rest of the drivers. As we go up to Bergquist in that last straight, back straight if you will. Car just bumping around. Very tentative. Oh, and he gets loose. A little bit sideways there, and he just parks. He's like, yep, my tires are fucked. So, excuse my language, screwed. So holding on to third, very solid third with a 50.1, if you will, compared to number 4 of Thomas Dickens with a 51.3. See what Thomas Dickens can do that Porsche Penske. Into that final corner, or into the final straight, if you will, back straight. Does it seem like he's slowing down to you guys? It kind of seems like he's slowing down. Okay, so he's gonna. That was just his out lap. He's gonna go fast right here. Let's see what he can do. As we have Ponset in the pits, same with Giroux. So it's going to be Bergquist, Dickens, Perez, Jury, Welling, and Stickley out on track right now. As Nico Perez up in front of him, maybe that's going to ruin his rhythm. I'm not too sure about it. Maybe he can get some help. As it goes green. And his first sector. Is that going to be enough to overtake Bergquist? The guy saw it for Stevie. He got a second gap to catch up to Bergquist. sector 2. Let's see if he can make up more time in that final sector. As he spins out, working those tires a little bit too hard, going backwards on track. Do a little flick spin. That's the end of his qualifying. Let's get it on Nico Perez as he's pulling it in as well. See what Alex Drew can do. 154.9, his best time beating Kyle Welling in the 55. Kyle Welling doing a 55.4 in that caddy. Comes up to the line. He does a 48. Was that 48.4? Oh man. Is that right? No, it was a 151. Never mind. 151. It's still good. 151.9. Beats out Nico Perez as he gets P5. So that's in the qualifying. As we have Giroux, Ponset, Berkvis, Dickin, Drury, Perez, Welling, Stickley, Sutavon, Stratting. Is that how you say it? And apparently Alonso at last. I know they were late additions. They just came in.
Teams and drivers go to the grid for a race start.
All right, guess we're going to the grid to the race start. We got a Frenchman telling me that. Can't believe it. Now here's a couple of notes I took from qualifying. Looking at these cars, it seems like the Toyota takes that final corner a lot better. Seems like it has a softer kind of chassis right there, where it's just not, you know, bumpy. It ain't bottom out in that corner, because that part is probably the most bumpy part of the track itself. Because you're turning, you're trying to get the throttle down, and it's just kind of like a roller coaster, just going up and down, up and down. Seems like the Toyota can handle that. Maybe it's the quirk with these hypercars, that four-wheel drive kicking in front wheels. Now let's see if Giroux can hang it on. He's going to have the inside ones that come up to the start-finish straight. Preferred line, which will go into another left-hander, into a right, into a left, and you're going to have that straight into that right hairpin, basically. Not hairpin, right 90. I've been playing too much rally. Rally's fun. So we're about to get started right now. Side that driver information. You get to leader, team, session info.
Formation lap has started.
Formation lap started. Let's see, who's Fernando Alonso? Who is Fernando Alonso? That's a good question right there. Let's get the cam on Giroux right now, see what he can do. And that Toyota. See if we can get that start against Ponset. See Ponset, last two race winner in Fuji and Bahrain. Dominant showing from Ponset. Let's see if we can show it to us again in 105 minutes of Sebring. These cars are very loud. Gosh, dang. I gotta lower the volume. There we go. Go open the start.
Green flag.
Green flag. Racing as Giroux gets a little bit of a better start. Ponset a little bit slow as Dickens onto the outside. Berkvis into the inside. Let's see what he can do. As going to three wide, as Dickens just go around the outside, he's going to hit the grass right there. He's going to lose positions. Careful with that. Oh, and two cars in the back. That's Nico Perez right in the back, just spinning out. Well, you got to get back to the action because Ponset just lost two positions against Berkvis and Dickens right now as Giroux just completely flies away. You got Berkvis in second, Dickens in third, Ponset in fourth, Drury right behind him. So Dickens covering that inside right now. You got a fast driver behind you. As Kyle Welling goes up to the inside and spins out. Trying to make a move that wasn't going to be there, especially in the first lap with cold tires. You got to think. Come on, Kyle. 105 minutes to go. We're looking up into this train right now. Berkfast. Again, Berkfast, Dickin, Ponset, Drury. Sutherland up there. Sutherland did not qualify, but he's still up there. Williams Sticky losing positions. As Sutherland gets into the grass, that's going to give Stickley that position. No contest from Sutherland. He's missing that corner completely. As you see right now, Dickens getting hounded by Ponce and the Alpine. Can't believe that Ponce has a bad start like this. Not very characteristic of it. I don't know if that's a word or not, but we'll say it's a word. As they come in to the final corner with one finish lap. The rower handedly 1.5 seconds ahead of Berkfast. Another second gap between Berkfast and Dickin. I've got 4/10 gap between Dickin and Ponset. As Jury, a little bit right behind him. Trying to make it work. Trying to make that Toyota work. Teammates up in front. Head back into the backpack right now. It's just Stickley and no man's land right now. With Kyle Wellen about 3 seconds behind him. And Nico Perez 2 seconds behind him. Sutherland, I don't know. Oh man. Oh, that car ain't look as he gets in. Oh, okay. He gets in the wall. Something's a little bit wrong with that car as he puts it in the pits. Sutherland going to DNF from the race itself. Let's see, Fernando Alonso. I don't think that's a real Fernando Alonso. He'd be driving a Toyota. But he's in the pits. Probably because of damage right there. So that's a jury right now. And to the leading pack. As he's the last car up in that leading pack. See what Ponce is going to do around here. It seems like he's just falling right now. It's very hard to overtake in Sebring unless you have the balls to do it. I remember in some league racing I did in Sebring, someone tried to, overtake me here. Let me just say, didn't end well for both of us. We've got a wider corner right here as he's just following that Porsche Penske. Porsche Penske looks like it has a better exit into the final corner to go into turn one right there. Ponce was looking on the inside. No, just hangs it back. Patience. Right now, DC drivers are Dickin, Ponce, and Drury. These are our closest drivers on track right now. We're going to include Berkfast in there as well. It seems like Dickens is closing up into Berkfast. As Rowe keeping a 3-second gap. Oh, as Ponce gets right up the backside of Dickens. Alpine be very racy right now. I'm trying to do something, but might bite him in the behind because we got Drury in the back looking exceptionally fast as well. Onset even little gap. I got his head complete. Going on right now as we still see Ponce still trying to hound Dickens. Drop back a little bit in the first part of the track as it gets right back up to Dickens into that final corner. Very tricky. Basically, it's back to square one, kind of like in the last lap as he looks in the inside saying, I'm here, I'm here. A bit of title line right there. They can get the better exit right there, but then it's going to be left, right, left, right. Comes up here, so little corner by Ponset into that. Careful on these curves. These curves, they look so delicious, but at the same time, you don't want to touch them. They're like donuts. You eat one, you gain like 10 pounds. That's what it does. Speaking of donuts, I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. I think it was in Poland, where you can buy like, I don't know, like 100 donuts for 10 cents or something like that. I think that's insane. Anyways, let's back into the track action. Ponset right behind Dick, and let's see if he's going to make a move. Right here, looking at the inside, but he ain't going to run. Breaks a little bit deeper, but no, Dickens just clears it. Keeps that position. Compromises the exit though. Let's see if Ponset can pounce on it. Nothing right here as we go up into the fast corner. That's going to lead into the back straight. Ain't no moves to be made around here. He's going to have to follow. Let's see if Ponset is going to think about making that move in the final corner. Get the run out of the final corner. Use that curb. Use that straight line. Seems like the Porsche gets a better launch out of the corner. As Ponset trying to make that move on the outside. No, he's just looking. He's just looking. He's like, I'm not looking to buy. I'm just looking. I'm just window shot right now. Ponset trying to learn his enemy right here. And he's going to be dicking. But geez Louise. Ponset in a position that we've never seen him before. P4. Usually up in the front. Right now it's going to be Giroux up in the front as he gets a 5-second gap between Bergquist. Seems like that Toyota is going to be real good at a long stint. Bergquist in second right now. Got a second behind Dickens. If I was Bergquist right now, I'm feeling kind of safe because I know that Dickens is just going to fight like a lion against Ponset. As they go, Ponset on the outside, Dickens on the inside. Can he hold it on the outside? He can get the run here. But no, Dickens keeps it. Preferred that inside lane into that hairpin. Not hairpin, again, right now in the corner. Right after the first straight. As Dickens keeps that position with Ponset. I don't know where the hell is Jury. He's so far back. What happened to him? Probably got a little squirrely on some exit. Hit the bump the wrong way. But all this fine between Ponset and Dickens. It's only going to help him. Tenths of a gap right now into the back straight. He tried to make that move stick, but it didn't happen, and Dickens put a little bit of gap. Right after, oh, and that's Ponset, oh, jeez! As Ponset hits the back end. The bumps catches out our previous 2-race winner, Antoine Ponset. Now that's gotta have a lot of damage for that car. Thankfully, he kept on the track a little bit, but oh man, it's gonna be real hard for him. As Jury gets right behind him, let's see if Ponset's going to make it a problem for Jury, because, man, Ponset, you got to go in the pits with that damage, with that kind of hit. I'll be surprised if he haven't got no damage from it. See that car very hesitant into the corners. Yeah, he got some damage in there. Jury going to go on the inside. Ponset still trying to make it hard for Jury. I'd be screaming right now if I was Jury. It's like, man, he just broke your car. You gotta get into the pits. Hell you mean you're holding me up? I got a race here. I got a race that's a... it was just 10 minutes. Gosh dang, I felt like it was longer than that. I thought we were done. Tell you folks, this Pepsi is making time go fast. Actually slowly for you. See, Ponset, you gotta go in the pits, right? You gotta come into pits, fix my car. We got an hour and 30 minutes left. There we go. As he goes in the pits with Jury. surprised about it. I don't know why he's surprised about it. Taking evasive movers, getting out of track. As we got Drury up into P4. Right now it's Jerome Bergquist, Dickin, Drury, Ponset, Kyle Wellen, William Stickley, Fernando Alonso, Perez, Soothbaum, and Stratton as our DNFs right now. With the 8-second lead, kind of a little bit quiet for him. Dickens right now with 1.5 ahead of. No, he's chasing Bergquist. Chasing up to. Got a lap car in that Cadillac. I believe that's Fernando Alonso. I gotta figure out who this guy is. I can't be just calling him Fernando Alonso, especially if he's P8 right now with 3 laps around. Hold on, I gotta ask, who is Fernando Alonso? Been kind of slowing down right now. Closest gap is between Bergquist and Dickens. Bergquist trying to get away from that lap car. See if there's going to be a blue flag rule in effect, or if it's going to be like NASCAR, you just got to go around the line. Seems like Alonso realizes that there's people around him. Ooh, that's going to hurt Dickin in that corner. So right behind him, he just cruising, though. That's going to compromise this one. Gives Bergquist a little bit of breathing space. Dickens really pushing that car. As a spectator and a commentator for this race, it seems like they got the fastest car, but just that couple minutes, or that 10 minutes of a fight against Ponset, really just capped that kind of pace he actually had as he's closing the gap against Bergquist. Anyone respond to me who is Fernando Alonso? No one did. I am sad. Well, I mean, he's still driving, so I doubt he'd be able to respond to me if he's still in the car. As we're waiting for something to happen, let's look at William Stickley and Kyle for about P5 right now. About 2-second gap between Kyle and Stickley. Kyle locking up the brakes into that corner, but still keeps it up. See if he's going to lock his brakes up again. I just started drinking game. Every time Kyle Williams locks up his brakes, I'll take a shot. So I might have alcohol poisoning in 20 minutes if we actually do that. And he goes wide into the grass. That's the only, and he loses a place to stick with. Oh man, oh man. It's Valentine's Day. For Americans, it's probably just morning for you guys. Probably like afternoon. But for these Europeans, it's probably late at night. Go back to Dickens and Bergquist. Dickens close that gap. Let's see second right now between Bergquist and Dickens for battle P2. Now Now we've seen that Dickens can defend against a top tier driver like concept, but does he have the same ability when it comes to the offense? Right? Can have good defense, but sometimes that means you might have good offense. A lot of people would say that the best defense is offense, but I mean, to me that don't make sense. I think it's two different things. Purpose was lap traffic ahead of him. Is that lap traffic? No, wait, that's Giroux. What happened to Giroux? He just lost his whole gap between first and second right there. I don't know what happened to him. As he locks up, he got problems. He probably hit the wall. He drops down. We got Bergfus leading the race right now. Down Assad Fraschini. What happened to Henri Giroux? Driver that was fastest in qualifying put a gap and a half against everyone else in the first part of the race. P2 right now. As he's getting handled right now by Dickens, flashing his light saying, "I know you got problems. You're gonna have to let me go because I know I'm faster than Bergfus. I can lead this race comfortably." Yeah, there's gonna be a problem with Giroux in his car right there with that Toyota. I just realized his team name is Giroux Esports. It's pretty cool. Is that custom livery? If so, props. But it seems like Bergfus is going away from Giroux. It seems like Giroux's hanging on, so I don't know what's the problem. Maybe just spun out or something. Got a bit too wide, hit the grass maybe. Kind of overcooked his tire. That's how Bergfus got ahead of him. Let's see what Dickens can do against Giroux. See what kind of defense goes up. What kind of defense that Giroux has. He ain't coming to the pits, or it don't look like he's planning on. So it seems like Giroux probably just spun out, probably gone to grass and loses. Goes on the outside of Bergfus, clears him by a lot into turn one. He already got a gap behind Bergfus. Jeez. I was gonna say if that's any other car. As Dickens touched Bergfus, he gets into the grass right there. Does he get in the wall? Oh, and he touches the wall with that backhand. Oh man. He gets back into the track, but he probably got damage from that. Maybe a lot of damage, but man, oh man. Dickens just shoving him out of the way, saying, "Hey, get out of here, man. What's that Asada doing up here? What's a polar bear doing in Arlington, Texas?" As we have Dickens right now against Giroux. Now, my original thought, when Giroux overtook him in that straight, I saw from the straight. If this is any other car than Asada, I'd be like, was that team orders right there? He slowed way the hell up. But I think that's just how slow Asada is, and props on Bergfus for driving that car past its limits, putting it up into P1 at that time, but now he's P3. Let's see the gap between Jury and Bergfus right now. About a 7-second gap. 9-second gap between Bergfus and Dickens. Well, you might have to look at it at the steering room, that contact by Dickens and Bergfus. Well, I think that might be a racing incident. I don't make the rules. Or I am not part of that secret cabal called the steward, the stewards, if you will. As we slow down. Now we're 24 minutes left to go. I'm running out of things to talk about, guys. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm just gonna play by you. Giroux trying to make that gap happen. Got second and a half right now. timestamp that real quick. Let me write it down. I'm an old man. I don't use computer notes. I have to write stuff down. Usually I forget. Sorry, a minute. Okay. Got it written down. If he wins this, we're going to have to end the post-race interview. Five-second gap between Dick and what happened to Dick and right there. Probably got on the grass, just lost a bunch of time. Still got a 7-second gap between Dick and Berkeley's. Now let's look at the fuel, or the energy. Yeah, my bad, the energy. Ain't no fuel here, we got energy. Ain't looking too bad for these drivers. 50, 60, 57, 52, 48. It's gonna have to be a pit stop. See what the tires are looking at. Medium hards. Interesting. Look at the best lap times right now. Wait, Dickon got ahead. I was not paying attention. I was looking at the. Seems like Dickens got ahead of Giroux. I missed that. Giroux probably got out. Guys, it's not even an hour away. Y'all making this much mistake. It's going to be a battle of attrition right now. We already got 3 drivers DNF with Nico Perez, Sutherland, and Stratting. Oh, man. Who's to say that Cal's not going to win this race? So the aforementioned Fernando Alonso moonlighting as a Cadillac driver. You say he's not going to win the race. As Giroux gets in the grass, seems like these drivers are not used to the new tire model that LMU has, especially on this bumpy track where you need all the confidence in your car. A whole lot of compromising when it comes to setup. So you want stiff and pointy, but at the same time you can't get way too stiff where you just bottom out in the curb and the car just itself so much. I mean, you kind of want like a soft and not as reactive as a car, but that's just going to make you slower. So, a whole lot of compromises. As Dickens move up into P1, a 6-second gap right now between him and Giroux. Berkvist, 2-second gap right behind Giroux. Seems like Berkvist just keeping it on track. The only time we saw him outside the track was when he got bumped by Dickens. So he's keeping it on track, more consistent than the top 2 drivers. German P4, very silent P4 in that Toyota, just keeping it on track. Just, hey, I'm gonna race. One more, so have a leisure drive in Florida. Ooh, that would be nice. Nice leisurely drive down like the Panhandle of Florida would be so nice right now. Like the old sports coupe. I wouldn't mind doing that. No, I'm stuck here. Stuck here with the commentary booth. We got Stickley right behind him. 66 seconds right behind Drury. And Kyle Wellen. Locks up again. Gotta take a shot, guys. Locks up again in that same corner and keeps on locking up. Locks up that front right, front left, front everything. Move that brake by his back. And don't be as lead-footed. I believe this is the same driver that's talking about how brake migration, mitigation, whatever that word is, was fake news. As he misses that corner, hits a wall pretty violently. Maybe brake migration could have helped you with that. Kyle. Yeah, Ponset lapped. Ponset lapped, guys. First time we're seeing it. French driver in that French car with that French number and French flag being lapped right now in America, in Florida. Last 2 race winner. We don't know if he's going to repeat it again, but need I remind you, we got a minute and 20 or an hour and 20 left. I think it'd be funny if it was a minute left, but no, it was an hour and 20 left in this race, so anything can happen. It's kind of like a super speedway, right? I don't know if you guys were watching the truck race, but we had the car in P5. Basically in P5, by turn 3, and he just had the run of his life and won the race. So that could happen with Ponce right there. Close gaps between all these drivers. Oh, okay. I guess Giro DNF. Oh man, the shocker. Giro, my pick for probably the win in that first couple of minutes. DNF, P8 right now. We got 4 DNFs right now. We got Giro, Perez, Suthavong, and Stratton. Only 7 drivers remain. How much do you want to bet that there's only going to be 5 drivers left at the end of the race? That'll be a good question right now. Camera Berkowitz. Let's see my onboard cam works. It does. Well, can I just use the? Hold on. Oh, there we go. Now that's awesome. We got an onboard hood right there. Yeah, there we go. That's sick. Hell yeah. On the camera Berkowitz right now. Penultimate corner into that straight right now. See how bumpy the track is just from here. It's going up and down, up and down. Car's a little bit slanted to the left. Like, kind of like got that NASCAR setup, but a little bit opposite. So you probably got some damage in that car. Probably from that hit, because you didn't hit when Dickens and Berkowitz collided. Go and take a full lap with Berkowitz in the cockpit right now. Goes in turn 1, very fast, 4th gear corner. Gonna have a left, right, coming up. Second left, and you're gonna be a fast right into the straight. Just full throttle, stamp it out, man. Use that curve. Third corner, watch your braking markers into this corner. Lifts. As Kyle gets another lock up, he just goes to escape road. Gotta stamp it out over here as well. Close your car, close the tires. Gonna have another hard braking zone down to second gear. I usually go third, but hey. Go here. You got another same different kind of corner. Same but different kind of corner. Down in the second again. Now we gotta have the fast final-ish or middle sector. I think it's considered middle sector right here. You want to go as fast as you can right here. You just want to use all the mechanical grip, all the aero in the car if you get a little bit wide. Touch that line, grab the curve. To the back straight. Now you gotta think, how do I approach this final corner? See if he's gonna hit that nasty bump, or if he doesn't. Goes super on the outside, hugs it into the inside. A lot of bump. This car is yelling at him. You can see all the red lights coming up, just like, man, what are you doing? He goes up to first corner again. Oh, there we go. Now we're back to the trackside with Drury. That's totally planned. Hold on, let us move that onboard hood. There we go. Back to normal. Now let's talk about our best times for all the drivers right now. We got Dickens. His best time is 50.38 as we see Drury into the grass. Ponce unlapping himself. Unlapping against Drury. See if he's going to unlap himself. James Berkowitz and Dickens. As a reminder, he is a lap down. Cal Wellen to the books. Is that the real pit? Yep, that's a real pit. That's how he's going to park it. Going back to best times. Thomas Dickens with a 50.38. Berkowitz with a 50.79. So it seems like Dickens got the faster car at the moment, or at least the best time against those two. Gurry with a 51.28. William Stickley a 52.559. Ponset with a 50.2. Kyle Welling with a 55.9. And Fernando Alonso with a 52.7. That's our best times for our current runners. Giroux has the fastest time right now with a 49.497. Unfortunately, he DNF'd. He parked the car. He's saying, I ain't done. So, we don't know exactly if he crashed the car or if he just got a little bit squirrely or touched grass or whatever. When he lost all that gap between Burgess and Wilkie, but now I think it's, he hit that car into a wall or something. That's why he parked it. He's just like, okay, I'm gonna lose so much time. I'm just gonna call it a day. Who's battling right now? I don't see anyone battling. Come on. Jury's just trying to follow the lines of the fastest driver. Oh, I thought he was. A little bit too optimistic on the braking zone. Berkvis? Sure. He's just driving. He's just taking a nice Florida drive right now. Dickens as well. He's just having a nice Florida drive. Seems like everyone here is having a nice Florida drive. Nothing too much happening right now. Stickley as well, no man's land. Ponset trying to unlap himself, but see what he can do. Kyle, no man's land. Let me guess, Fernando Alonso's in no man's land. Yep. 7 drivers right now on track. 4 DNFs. Let's look at the energy that they got right now. 32, 38, 34. Seems like Welling has, I can't read that, is that 84%? While Ponset has 50. So Ponset took a little fuel on that stop. See, that's going to help him out with the, if he stops. I would be surprised if someone's, actually I would be surprised. I'd probably accuse him of witchcraft if they could do a no stopper in this. I just got yellow flag. I don't know who's that for. My best bet was this guy, but apparently not. Someone else. Stickley. Dickens right now. Gotta get lapped. And that's gonna mean that there's only gonna be 3 drivers. If Dickens does get Stickley, there's gonna be 3 drivers on the lead lap. One of the races of all time in Sebring right now. Whoo boy. happening on track right now. 2.5 second gap between P1 and P2 respectively. About a minute and 6 gap between P2 and P3, Berkeley and Drury. Stickley with 30 second gap between Drury and Ponce lap. Same with Kyle and Fernando Alonso. Number 4826. 4826. There ain't no NASCAR driver with that name over that number, but 48. Alex Bowman in the Hendrick car. Daytona 500, everyone, you gotta watch it. Even if you're a European with no NASCAR experience, you gotta watch it. It's like watching Monaco or the season opener of F1, right? I'm not a big fan of F1, but I still watch it. I know my drivers. Still watch some races here and there. As we're coming up to the hour mark of this race. There's a yellow flag up in track. I think I know who. If Jared gets into a box, he'll be the first one to pit on the quote-unquote front runners. You're probably doing all fours. Fuel just filled me up, man. Ponce goes through. Same with Stickley. There's 2 cars in the lead lap right now. Looking at Berkeley. 25 and 31% respectively. Stickley lap down, still gotta make that pit. Ponce doesn't have to for the meantime. Should unlap himself. Welling with 79% in his car, albeit 2 laps down. So he can go a little bit longer than all of us. Or all of them. Alonso with 32%, so we got to make a stop around the same time as Dickon and Berkeley. Stickley, worst off. We need the top 2 right now. You know, I just realized I saw the Fraschini's Italian. I didn't realize that. I probably should have. You see the Italian flags up front. Maybe I should have. I'm going insane right here in the commentator's booth. It's just me and my thoughts, and it's kind of. I think the thoughts are getting better to me. I spent the whole day on Thursday volunteering, being an umpire, or refereeing actually, skeet competition in my local town. It was pretty fun. Got to see some shotguns that were way out of my league, and they're all Italians. They're all like Benellis and all that fancy stuff. Cost like $3 grand for one of them. And it's like the over-under shotgun. Just 2 shots. Man, these kids, they can shoot plays. I've never seen anyone that can do all that stuff. As we see Berkeley trying to lap Drury on the on-track action right now. Drury making it harder for Berkeley. Just a little bit. It's like, hey, go ahead and take it. Take it, man. You already lapped me. Might as well just get lapped again. That little kerfuffle. Berkeley's losing about 2 seconds right now, with a total of 4-second gap behind Dickens. Let's go back to get the leader. just switch it. It's not mixed right now. It's just hypercars. There ain't no GP3 cars in this race. Williams oh man, that's a commentator's curse. I didn't even start talking about it. No, he just spun out when I got the cam on him. That guy has a little bit of action. That's pretty fun to watch. It was like a half pirouette. I'd see a lot more in the ladder races once these drivers get a little bit tired. They no man's land for Stickley, just running laps and laps and laps. And that Ferrari 499P, 449. Oh, there's another lockup, another pirouette. P4 right now, he's trying to get back on track. Kick spin right here. Nope. He gets on back on track with no cars around him. Look at the other hypercar of Jury. I believe he has Ponset in front of him. I think he's just trying to follow the line with faster traffic. I wonder when Dickin and Burke was going to stop. I wish I can get into their heads to know when that happens. Usually I don't like running my cars all the way down to the pound, to the last liter, the last gallon of fuel. I like to have a little bit of like a cushion, if you will, just in case something might screw up with pit stops, or I might have to run a little bit longer to cover a guy. But Dickin and Burke was probably going to pit after an hour. Stickley gets into the pits right now. Slowing on there. Stickley again, probably the worst off when it came to fuel. So you might see Dickin and Burkles coming in soon. And that's going to be our battle for today. It's going to be a battle between Dickin and Burkles. Who got the better pit stops? We got to wait and see. Keep on digging right now because he's the person that's going to be under pressure of Burkles. We'll see if he makes a proactive move or a reactive move on whoever's going to pit first. I believe Burkles got a little bit more energy. Yep, 21% versus 16. So Burkles can run a little bit longer than him. Gets a little bit scolded. Yeah, Dickens right now, I would probably make a proactive move, meaning I'll pit first and put the pressure on him. There's not a lot of cars on track right now, so you're not going to have too much traffic unless you just get super unlucky with, what's happening. My God, I gotta put on another Zin. I'm talking to Nick right now, and he told me I could go. I have permission to let loose. So right now, it doesn't seem like anyone's gonna stop. But right now, we're gonna do some little bit gun ASMR. I got my nice 1911 Kimber Aegis Elite Custom. Got a little bit of octave right here. It's a 45 ACP single stack mag. It's me releasing the mag right now. Got hollow points on him right now. Gonna take the safety off. I'm gonna rack the slide, get that bullet out of the chamber. There we go. As you know, we got no bullets in it right now, so we're gonna dry fire. Ooh, nice, slight pull the trigger, very light. Now we're gonna load up this mag, the bullet that I just fired, or racked. It's always hard with these 1911 mags, because sometimes you think you could fit 8 in them, but no. You're gonna be like, what are you trying to do, man? You're trying to put a square peg into a round hole. As we're gonna insert the mag back into the gun right now. Go slide that sucker in, and we're gonna rack around in it. There we go. I'm gonna put the safety back on. There we go. It's my gun ASMR. Shout out to Kimbers. See, Dickin and Berkeley still not making a pit stop right now with 57 minutes to go. They gotta make a pit stop soon, right? I mean, look at the energy. 12:16. Burke was spending a lot more fuel than I thought, because I thought he had a pretty healthy gap between Dick, on Dickin with fuel at least. But no, it seems like they're gonna have to pit about the same time, maybe a lap or two between. See what Dickin does. I would make that proactive move if I was the driver of his car, but I am not. So, and he's leading the race, so he probably has a better vision than me. He probably knows a lot more about the car and all that jazz. William Stickler, getting out of the pits. Probably had a damage and a half. Made a whole new chassis. Watch a dang Godfather trilogy. Way on that pits. I mean, we did gun ASMR, so I don't know. Still don't have an answer who Fernando Alonso is, as he's in P7, the last of the active runners right now. See on him. What say he, if you will? Let's run that car in no man's land. 3 laps down. At least he got Stickley with him 3 laps down. Kyle Welling 2 laps down. Got a lot of fuel though. Jury 2 laps down, but with fuel. Bonset 26%, 25 now percent on that fuel. Made an earlier pit stop just because he spun out with the volt. He's gonna make his pit stop sooner or later. I'd be surprised if he's making the same pit stop about the same time as Burkus and Dickens. When will these cats make a pit stop? As it goes past the pit lane, I believe. See what Burkus does. Goes past pit lane 2. 8%, 13% respectively between Dickens and Burkus. They'll fag out. Red gas light. Someone just went wide in the back. Wait, who is that driver? No, that was Burkus. Never mind. He just went super wide in that corner. I thought he just ran straight into it. Fonset right behind Burkus, looking to unlap himself. He's probably going to unlap himself when we get into the pits. But that's going to put him in a disadvantage. With that fuel on Fonset right now at 22%, 7% for Dickens, 11% for Burkus. Highest fuel we got right now is Jerk, P4, 2 laps on. Thomas Dickens and Jonas Burkus. 6-second gap, just keeping it up there. We're in consistent laps, around 50s. As Dickens brakes a little bit too late, gets in the grass. He's gonna do a lot of time back to Burkus. See what Berkfus does. Maybe Dickens. Maybe he's thinking now, I gotta go to the pits. Get these tires off me. Get these tires and fill up my car. Fuel in Florida. It's probably about like $2 a gallon, if I had to guess. Yep, as he goes in the pits. Let's see if Berkfus is going to follow him out. Nope, Berkfus is going to go. Going around. And as Ponce goes around with Berkfus, Dickens spits right now. Let's see how fast his stop is. Sickly back in the pits. I wonder what happened to him. Unfortunately, it's right in front. Dickens' stop is right in front of Sickly, so he's going to have to shimmy that car around him. Unless he could just go through it in LMU. Not too sure. Let's go on Berkfus right now. Let's see what he's going to do. Just right behind him. Dickens just getting out of the pits right now. Let's see if Berkfus is going to go into the pits with this lap. Let's see if he's going to make that gap work. Does he get into pits right now? No. Goes around. Goes around. He's saying, I could do one more. I can make it. He's up to Dickens. Dickens just round the first corner right now. Berkfus round the final corner. Nearly lapping Dickens right now. So let's see. Berkfus. I don't know how much he got left in that tire. Let's see if he can make it. So what about calculations right now? So about like an hour, 45-minute race. We're 50 minutes in. It's probably going to be a one-stop for him. But gotta be a two-stop before on set. Previous two race winners. Top windows from the pit. Standing there. See what Berkfus can do on his out lap. Oh, Berkfus, never mind. This probably got to be his in lap, right? He only got 4% fuel left. I am not going to risk it for one more lap. I would pit in. "95-second gap between Berkfus and Dickens. Let's see if that's going to cover it.
Whoa!
Pissed off. Oh, fuck! Oh.
What?
Oh, what happened?
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I just came crashing through the building. I'm so sorry I'm late. The helicopter was about 45 minutes late to the launch pad. I had to take it. I had to take drastic action. I'm so sorry. I just busted. Well, you might see on the back end of Sebring, there's a bit of a fire. Don't worry about that. Just don't worry about that. That's not me. But I'm here. Wade, I'm so sorry to leave you on your own for this race. Oh man, and I've been keeping in here and there. I know there's a few people doing their stops right now. Is this the first stop of the race?
Yeah. So we got two rotors right now. It's a Berkfus versus Dickens kind of stop right now. Berkfus taking the lighter stop. Dickens already made his stop. He could probably run to the end of the race right now.
But wow, look at the gaps already out on. So they've already done their stops, Dickens and Ponce. But look at the gaps though. Already a minute between Dickens and Ponce, 78 seconds, and as Dickens just comes out on track. But wow, you can already see What a DNFs here. Neither one. Baravez,
Oh,
Sudafon,
man.
and Stratting all out.
So
But-
actually, Giroud, I've been saying Giroud for the whole time. But anyways, no, he was leading the race,
Gerard.
but Giroud.
It might be Gerard, because it's French Canadian. I didn't
Okay.
realize it, so it could be. But we have someone entering or exiting
right
the
now.
pits. That is Bergqvist, and right behind is Kyle Welling. And now immediately back on to track we go. So as of right now,
Ooh, what a
you
gap
see
between
Dickens
Bergqvist
still
and
coming out
Dickens.
through track, but yeah, the gap is only 30 seconds.
It's only, but they're in the same pit strategy right now because Dickens came in 2 laps ahead of Bergqvist. So the whole recap of this, Giroud was leading. Giroud put a gap. It was Giroud, Ponset, I believe it was Bergqvist, and then Dickens, and then Perez, I believe. That was the qualifying for the top 5. And then Ponset had a bad start, lost 2 positions, was fine against Dickens, and Bergqvist and Giroud put a gap on those leaders, right? Giroud had like a 10-second gap against Bergqvist, which had like a 2-second gap. And I completely missed it on camera. I don't know if he got into the wall or he just outbroke himself. But Bergqvist or Dickens, because Dickens overtook Bergqvist eventually, overtook Giroud, which at that time Giroud had some problem with his car and he just had to park it. So sadly, Giroud, very fast in the first part of the race, but had to park that car. Ponset he spun out, hit the back end of the car. He had to go back to the pits, and that's why he's kind of like off-center with all these people, because look at the energy remaining for Ponset right now. He's 11%, so he got to make another stop.
He
between
will.
Those top 2 drivers. Ponset unlapping himself just due to them stopping those cars, but he's probably going to get lapped again.
And the yellow flag came out and immediately turned off. That's probably been a big consistent theme of this race, is that yellow flag going on and off and on and off and on and off.
I made a fake drinking game, so every time Kyle Welling.
Oh, you're evil. You're evil.
I'm not evil.
Aw.
Every time Kyle locks up, I take a shot.
How many shots deep are you in?
Oh man.
Oh, the yellow flag's out, but this time not for Kyle Welling, and it's out for quite a bit, but it's back in. Also, just to let you know, Lane, I just looked at the watch, and I don't have a lot of time with you, so
That's
I can actually only be here for another 5 to 10 minutes. I'm so sorry.
No,
I
that's
wish
fine.
I could stay longer.
You gotta take a flight down under. Right?
Yeah, I'm in Sebring. I got to /TP over to Bathurst because over on the FJ Endurance channel, we are all at Bathurst right now.
Do a
So
little
I
plug
gotta-
on the YouTube chat. Just put the. link
Well,
up
everyone here is from Jonah, so they all know it's there.
there. Okay.
That's like, so I mean, but if somehow, some way you're in the stream and you don't know about Jonah and FJ Endurance, please go check over the FJ Endurance channel over on YouTube. They have some amazing stuff happening right now with the 12 Hours of Bathurst, where I, Jonah, and also our co-host David is going to be joining to watch the 12 Hours of Bathurst. It's going to be GT3s, GT4s, 1 GT2, 1 KTM. And it's going to be a lot of awesome racing. So, and sorry, I just had to throw the KTM in there. But Bergqvist still leading 84% on the energy, 10% better than Dickon in second. And it's just leading away. And it's insane how big the gaps are already. Like, 30-second gap and that, wow.
Yeah, there was a time where Dickon and Berkman's gap was like around 5 seconds. That was before the stops. And everyone else was just like, including Ponset, obviously because he had to stop a little bit earlier. I'm kind of looking forward to Ponset. He had to make another stop, but he's going to have first cars and all these other cats, because I think it's going to be a one-stop race. I did like a little quick calculations. The math might be a little bit off, but I think Dickens and Berkman are just one-stopping it right now. They probably have enough fuel or energy.
You think they can one-stop it to go all the way home?
Absolutely. I mean, a minute 45. They stopped around 50 minutes in, or 50 minutes left of the race, so they could probably reach it. They gotta be very careful though with the tires and the fuel, especially with this kind of track. All bumps, no flats.
100%. I think though, looking for Dickin and Ponset, first of all, Dickin, the fact that he's even in second, it's got to be 100% due to circumstance, because we know Ponset has been a lot faster than Dickin throughout
Dickin's
this
been fast this
year.
Race.
But wow, that's amazing.
Dickin's been real fast this race. That portion.
What's with Dutch drivers being so good in America? I don't get it. I will never get it, because they love Canadians more. They hate the Americans, but apparently when the Dutchmen... I am generalizing on the LSR LMU round 11 as Sebring. Clip it and ship it. Breaking news, Dick Poitras says Dutch people hate Americans. Truth sell or fake sell?
Why would you do that?
I'm sorry.
Well, actually, to give you a fun fact, Mark Van Buren, the 8th president of the United States, you know his first language was Dutch? He did not speak English when he was born in America. I think that was the first Dutch ancestry president.
Y'all allow that nowadays? That's the real question.
No.
But let's get back into racing. Bergqvist in the lead. We got Dickin in second, Ponset in third, Drury in the Toyota. So did G1 move to the Toyota? Because I saw in the replay,
Yeah,
he was in a
he did.
Castro livery.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. That's really cool.
Yeah, I was talking about that.
Shout out to him. But yeah, a lot of people were there. I did see that there was a lap 1 crash.
I believe that was with
Perez.
Yep.
And there was another car involved. I think there was an Aston Martin involved in that as well.
That could have been Sutherland, but I believe
That
there's
or
another
Stratton.
Oh yeah, that was Stratton. I was gonna say because Sutherland crashed out later on, but he's running lower parts as well.
We're still
Ponset
trying to
gets
figure out
in
who
the box
Fernando
right now.
Alonso is. But Ponset entering into the box.
It's
My
probably gonna
apologies
be
for
his-
cutting you off.
No, that's all good. That's probably gonna be his final stop right now. Give me fuel, give me tires, give me everything, give me like a snack. An hour 45
Give me
minutes.
fuels, give me tires, give me everything I desire. Ooh.
Yeah. You sound more
I'm not listening to that.
unhinged. You sound more unhinged than me. You got like a 12-hour race coming up. You're
I
gonna
know,
be there for the
bro.
whole
I'm
12
getting my sillies out. This is called getting the sillies out with this race, and then I'm gonna go in front of 500 people and then not do this.
There's only 500
Or maybe
people.
I do. You never know.
Yeah,
Another
maybe
yellow
I do.
flag out, but
I just kind of tuned those out. I was just like, oh, that's another Kyle.
you're so evil. But look, see, he's right there. He wasn't even Kyle. But the thing was that most important, Ponset didn't go a lap down. We saw Bergqvist just a little bit off in the background, but you'll see here as he's entering into turn 1, if we can see behind the shot, there's the Estoda Fraschini right there, and right behind should be Kyle Welling. There's Kyle Welling. So, there we go.
You want to say
It's
Dickens? No.
No, I did not. Well, I did not want to say Dickin. I knew Kyle Welling was there. But there is Dickin. You can see 23 seconds. I was about to say 23.0 because it was 23.04, but 23 seconds. An amazing gap up in front, really showing his prowess here in this race. The question, though, is what will Ponset do on this strategy? How will he move forward? And what will Bergqvist and Dickin do to counter that?
Yeah, absolutely. Ponset just got to put his head down, put on some laps. Eventually, when you get that 10-second gap, now you got to think, okay, how do I overtake these guys? Because Ponset and Dixon were battling. Dick in the head of Ponset because Ponset got a bad start. And it was a real good battle.
Who in the head?
Dickin went ahead in the start because Ponset had a bad start. And Ponset was hounding Dickens. I forgot there's no S in that last name.
I heard Dick in the head, and I was like,
I said Dick was ahead.
Dick in the head.
Dickin was
Yes.
ahead.
oh my goodness.
You're hearing stuff, man.
I am hearing stuff. That's why I said I'm getting this stuff out of the way because I am unhinged right now.
But going back to it,
Wonderful.
Ponset had a hard time overtaking Dickin in the first stages of the race. So you might see the same thing again, albeit Ponset with better tires Then Dickon eventually wants to get to the back.
I'm gonna just say it unhinged. I just realized I didn't take my meds, and that's probably why I'm a little unhinged right now. So in the meds they go, and now we should be seeing a lot more chill neck over the next half an hour, and you'll probably see it into the race as well.
You're popping pills out there.
Listen, I'm a man. Listen, I need them. It is a needful thing, and listen, for my mental stability, yeah, I'm a fucking pill popper. Fuck you.
You got soft
No,
hands,
I'm not.
brother. I work 25 hours every day. You got soft hands, brother.
Every day.
I ball up all my emotions up inside as Ponce spits out.
Oh! Oh no! That's Ponce. One of the
Oh.
guys on the lead lap. He's surely gonna go a lap down now, and
Does.
that's Berkman lapping another car. And now the only car he hasn't left is the Porsche in second. I was just about to say you worked 32 hours at the ball crushing factory.
Ball crushing factory. I work 32 hours a day at the ball crushing factory. We got soft hands, bro. I ball up all my emotions and take it out on
On your ball crushing.
my ball crusher. I was gonna say my little gotcha girls I play.
No, you can't. No.
I yelled them.
See,
They don't
there's a
win
line.
if they don't win the
Wayne,
horse race.
Wayne, there was a line on the internet and you just crossed it.
I can't
There's a
mention
line.
gotcha. I can't mention all that stuff.
Oh.
All right, you got me there.
Now, I did get you there. Bergvis still up in front. Since we last looked at the gap, I thought it was a 27-second gap, but no, Dickon is matching Bergvis right now, which is pretty solid. But this is a race of nutrition and being able, not nutrition, of attrition. I should hang it up. I should hang it up. Oh my god.
Race of nutrition.
But it is a battle of attrition because you can see it's just a battle to survive. We have two guys like 4 laps down, but it doesn't matter that they finish 4 laps down. They're going to get points for 5th and 6th, so they're not going to complain one bit. So, with that in mind, you're just trying to finish now, and with 36 minutes remaining, we'll have to wait and see, but this is, for Kyle Welling, the P5 is going to be easily one of the best results he's had all of this year, and if he can get it all, and in front of, excuse me, that was a weird little burp, in front of, and if he gets in front of Stickley, then although they are on the same lap, I don't think it's going to be an issue for Kyle Welling to get her home.
Well, they got like a 55-second gap.
Oh yeah, it is a pretty sizable gap as Stickley is going down the back straight. So even though they are on the same lap, it's going to have to come down to a lot of major mistakes from Kyle Welling, which for 35 minutes remaining in the race, very possible to do. But right now, they're doing a good job of keeping out of the walls now. Just 35 minutes remaining in this race. Bergvis still out in front. That gap now 20 seconds down. So, Ponce, clearly the faster car, though, on the stint. You can see Ponce gaining and gaining on Bergvis, which is fine. He wants to get that lap back, but you know, I know Bergvis is in that car right now. Just sailing, taking you way to where I've always heard it could
I was talking about
You can
how
always do that.
Bergquist and Dickens were just having a nice, like, you know, drive in the Florida weather. A nice drive in the Florida weather would fix me.
Well, I think that would fix me too, as we see Ponce getting right onto the back bumper of Bergvis, which is good for Dickon, because this will slowly but surely eat into the lead if they start battling a lot, and maybe if Ponce starts holding them up. He got a little loose there out of 1, but able to control the slides as they enter through turns 2 and 4, and another yellow flag is out on track. And it's out for a good bit. Oh, now it's gone. So it's all good there. So we'll have to wait and see who that could possibly be.
If I was Bergquist right now in that car, I would let Ponce go, because I don't think Ponce is
100%.
I just want to put laps on Dickens. As right now, there's a 19-second gap between Bergquist and Dickens. So, and it's only going to go lower every time. So I just like, hey man, go ahead and unlap yourself.
And there he goes. Yep, and unlap himself he goes. Ponce making his way back. He's still in P3. but he's back on the lead lap. So the question though is with this amount of racing remaining, yeah, we're gonna see how he can drive that gap down, because it's almost 110-second gap. It's insane how big that gap is. So, yeah, it is a big one. Yep, it's a lot of work to do, but I think the goal for Ponset is to hope and pray that maybe Dickin has some sort of crazy crash and crazy incident that drops him all the way down to possibly getting lapped for Ponset to maybe move up. But as of right now, that gap now down to 18 seconds. Dickin slowly but surely eating away at that gap, which if he continues at the rate he's going with 32 minutes remaining, I think he could do it. He could go and get within striking distance of Perkvis, but we know around this track, it's one thing to pass him. Or sorry, it's one... It is one thing to pass. It's another thing to pass him, but it's just one thing to get up onto that boot. Because
it's one thing to pass him. It's another thing to drive clean. There we go. To do it cleanly.
Yeah, it's one thing. Yeah, it's one thing to pass here. It's another thing to do it cleanly because of how treacherous this track is. I'm looking at my watch right now, Lane.
Go ahead, lead. Just get it.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Lane.
Hit you with that slash TP like we're in goddamn.
I am gonna do a slash TP in Minecraft. But I was glad to be on here and help you out for a little bit.
Guest commentator, Nick.
I'm back again. This is the last race, so I don't know when I'll see y'all next. But next time I see y'all, I will see y'all. So have a good one, you guys. Lane, best of luck with the back half an hour, and I will see you guys later.
See you.
Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.
As I'm back alone with my thoughts again. Focus. Trying to control that gap between Dickens, but right now it's an 18-second gap. With the rate that he's going, he got a lap car in front of him. I think by the end, the closing minutes of this race, he's going to be right behind Berkowitz. See if Kyle is going to let him go through. Kyle, he's letting him go through on the outside. He wants to slip through. Gets past cleanly before the final corner. No problems there. Sound cam of Dickin. Turn one right now, 17-second gap. You just 80-second front Berkowitz. Berkowitz still keeping Ponset within a little bit of distance right there, but within viewing distance, if you will. Ponset not making up the time that he needs to get in the back of Dickens at this rate. I'm going to be completely honest. Wow. 15-second gap. Berkowitz is going a lot slower than I expected. It's either that or Dickens is going a lot faster than I expected. Either way, I think we're going to have a battle for P1 by the end of this race. 30 minutes to go, 29, 40 seconds, as I just said, of this race. The battle of attrition, that's a good way to say it, is we nearly have half the field DNF'd. We got Kyle Well in the top 5. The result is going to be firm, Ponset. Gonna be disappointed with that P3 if this holds right now. Dickens, a good position at P2. And Berkowitz, last time we saw him up front was in Silverstone, I believe. Good on him for making that Isada. Overdriving that Isada. Overdriving his limits, if you will, for that Italian brand car. I just realized it was Italian a couple minutes ago, but anyways. on Dickin right now. 14-second gap. Ponset, 103-second gap. 90 seconds between him and Dickin. Berquist is driving right now. Dickin with a 49.7. Fastest lap out of all the current drivers right now. Rose still has the fastest lap of the race with 49.49. Jonah's going to 50. Jonah's best time is a 50.3, while Ponset's 49.9. 13-second gap. I feel like this gap goes down a second every couple of corners, which he's surprised, in my opinion. Dickin just run that car. He's just like, I got 30 minutes to go. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Oh, gets a little bit squirrely. Don't know if that's lag or if that's just how the car's reacting, but lost a little bit of time right there. Running over those curves. He don't care if he spins out or not. He just wants the fastest time just to get right behind Berquist. Dickin, good defending against Ponce in that early part of the race. So let's see if that defense can play into his offense. Let's see if he has the same offensive prowess as his defensive prowess. Prowess, that's a fun word. It's hard to say. Going to the final quarter. Still 13-second gap. Berquist seems to calm down a little bit or not lose as much. Get back in the rhythm. Seems like Ponce put a gap on Berquist, so it seems like Berquist is all on right now. He just gotta have his head down. Oh no, you can still see him. Berquist and that ice off his scheme is powered by salt. I don't know you could be sponsored by generic item like salt. I doubt that's actually salt, like stuff you put on your feet, but yeah. Run out of things to say. So it's like a gap between also slowly going down. Ponce though, still a 90-second gap. Seems like Dickin is going faster than Ponce, so it seems like Ponce is not going to get him back in Dickin and or Berquist at this rate. So I don't know if Ponce and Dickin's are friend IRL. Maybe they can hold them up. Maybe have like a little team orders right there, even though they're driving two different cars. But we'll see. Oh, with my eyes to see, Dickin with an 11-second gap saw Berquist actually just at the back end of this final straight into the corner. Now that's close. That's reaching distance. We got 11 seconds to go from Berquist. And 25 minutes ago, he definitely got him. And as Nick said, it's one thing to pass, but it's another thing to do it cleanly. I'm not going to doubt him catching up to Berquist right now. But we got to see because I believe we saw, I forgot which driver it was, but we saw Dickin punt someone else. Or was it Dickin that punt? But we did see a little bit of punting right by turn 2 after a fast left hander at turn 1. Got down to 10 seconds right now, just eating away at that time. Real good job by Dickin right now. Same with Berquist. We're just looking at the gaps between Dickin and Berquist. Actually, let's see what energy they got right now. Seems like Dickin's got 40. Yeah, they're going to make it to the end. Jury may be a little sketchy, if you will, with 22%. But that's if he's not fuel saving when he's just running laps. So he's probably going to have to fuel save at the end or make another pit stop. Just quick splash and go. Everyone else seems to look good. At least for me. Ground fuels. See, Dickin looking again at Berkvis. This time in the front straight, a little bit shorter than the little back straight. So that gap's getting closer and closer, smaller and smaller. Every second they take, every lap, every corner, if you will. Smaller and smaller. Berkvis probably swimming his seat right now. So man, he's closing it fast. I thought he'd be closing it, around 10 minutes left to go. No, you got 22 minutes left to go. 22 minutes of racing left to go in the final round of the LSR LMU Championship. Round 5, Sebring. 105 minutes of pure Sebring action, pure Florida action. So a bit squirrely, self-corrected. There's one thing to do in Florida, you gotta go to a Publix. All my friends would say that. All the people I know in Florida, they say you gotta go to Publix. Apparently it's like I don't know what exactly it is. I think it's like a gas station slash supermarket slash like food place where you can get like good stuff. So it could be like the Texas version of Buc-ee's. Or the Florida version of Buc-ee's, but I think Florida also has Buc-ee's. Dickens right now, 7-second grab. Get on the camera of Dickens. Actually, let's see if we can get on the onboard of Dickens. That's not Dickens. This is Dickens. Right now, we're gonna have the driver information. I threw myself with the. Here we go. On board right now with Dickens. And down forward here. Turn 1, fourth gear, very fast. You want to touch that wall. You want to try to touch the wall, but not take it. Going to the left, right, left. Left, right, left. Then you got to stamp it out on this corner. It's flat right into the straight. Go into basically second straight at this point on the track. Heavy braking zone. Also, I have a good exit right here. Stamp it out, use those curves to your advantage. Don't touch the dirt, Just don't lose a lot of time. Right now. To this weird little section right here. I don't really like this section too much. You think you have a lot more run to like carry more speed that corner, but no. I'll use all the grip diamond hard. This corner is pretty fun. This part. It's all fast. You want to use all the air grip you can get. Saying, hey, put the tires down. I need more grip. You also use these curves a lot more. You can run them over. You gotta be careful on the acceleration. Actually, go. 6-second gap. Into the front corner. Watch that bump on the inside. There's a bump. Hug it inside. Trying to stamp it out. Battle between who got the heavier balls, you or the car. See if you can get that throttle out a little bit earlier. Shit. As a lap on board. Good. Spawn set. Or Dickon. I keep on thinking Spawn set. No, it's Dickon. In that Porsche Pensacola. Number 6. Get that tire back on. Move that onboard hood. About a 6-second gap between Berkvis and Dickon. 10 minutes ago. Ponset's still a lap down. I don't think he's going to make it at this point, sadly. Park break for. Oh, wait. No, he is actually a lap down. Thought I saw. Pretty close, Ponset and Dickon. But since he's left down, he got overtaken, so. Oh, excuse me. Pepsi's getting to me. all the shots I've taken, all the Pepsi shots, by the way. No, it wasn't actually like drinking shots. It was just Pepsi shots, whatever Welling locks up. Another reminder on our little score bug right here. We got Berkvis in P1, Dick in P2, Ponce, Jury, Welling, P3, 4, and 5 respectively, laps down, Welling 5 laps down. And our DNFs were Stickley, Alonso, Giroux, Perez, Sutherland, and Stratton. Perez again doing the 500 tomorrow in his own race lead. I believe he's doing iRacing. I don't know. I gotta ask him about that. But tune in, check it out. Tune into the real Daytona 500 as well. Gonna be a fun one. Dickin within striking distance of Berkvis right now, 4 seconds on that gap. Let's get the helicopter cam right here. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Imagine what kind of job you get. You get to watch race cars from the helicopter. That's a sick job. I'll take that job in a heartbeat. Sadly, I'm just a gardener. I'm just a landscaper. Blowing that Corvette sign. Dickin right now. Locks up a little bit. Can't get a little bit too excited, but I was going to say he's licking his chops right now. He's like, that Berkvis, that back end of that asada, it's going to look so tasty once I get near it. One thing to pass, the other thing to do it cleanly, right? So, we'll see. Maybe they're all going to be tired. There's going to be some lazy moves around the inside or outside. Again, an hour and 5 minute race. I think the longest race they did was 2.4 hours. That was long. It's a long race as well. It wasn't there for it. I heard it was good action. Don't know who won it. We come up to the last 16 minutes of LSR LMU Championship. Got Berkvis, P1 right there, and Dickin in P2. Gonna be our race to the end for P1. Battle for P1, if you will. Into that final corner. Hugging that corner a lot, but you still get that burnt. It's very dangerous, especially during this time. These kind of tires. And especially since it's a new tire model update that I mentioned like 3 or 4 times 40 minutes ago. Got down to 2 seconds. Very close. Let's see if Berkvis can defend like a lion. I don't know if Sweden got a Minister of Defense, Secretary of Defense kind of thing, but we'll see that. We'll also see if the Netherlands driver, Dutch driver, has a Secretary of War. Secretary of War. As he goes up right behind Berkvis, trying to overtake for that P1 for the final race win of this season of LSR Le Mans Ultimate. One theory that you could think of is that Berkvis was just saving the whole time while he's letting Dickens go through or come up to the back of him, and then Berkvis is going to wreck his tires and just go full on quality laps at the end. But it doesn't seem like it's happening right now. Dang, I looked over and it was like 2 second gap. Now it's like less than a second. Oh, dang! All right, I gotta lock in. Berkvis right now with Dickin going to the final corner. Very hesitant on throttle. How do I go to a different cam? I do not like this cam. Oh no. Is this the right cam? I hope this is right. Okay. Just following the call. It's gonna be a good cam to follow. Alright. Follow on this battle right now. We're 13 minutes ago. Dickin right behind Berkvis right now. He has all the time in the world to make this move. Let's see where he's gonna make that move. Falling closely behind Berkvis right now. Berkvis a little bit squirrely on the exit. Jury in the box right now, as he's in the pit exit. Probably gonna get lapped again sooner or later. Probably not. But as I called it, Jury just choosing to do a splash and dash rather than saving fuel. No fuel saving for these two guys over in front. They should be good to go on fuels and maybe tires. The tires are a little bit scrubbed right now over the wreck, but we'll see right now. That doesn't matter. It's all for position up here for P1 of the final race of LSR, the Mall Ultimate Challenge. So Dickin right there with a good run. Let's see if he's going to make a move onto the final corner. He goes on the inside. Berkvis, a little bit of top end right there. Now it looks like Dickin's got it. They're side by side drag race into the last corner. Dickin's hugging that inside line. Berkvis, he wants to go way outside, try to get more speed. No, it seems like Dickins clears Berkvis for P1 around in the inside of that final corner. Let's see if Berkvis got something left in that tank or if Dickens just gonna run away. Berkvis going a little bit wide on that turn 1. As you can see, there is already a 5'10", 7'10" gap right now between Dickens and Berkvis. Seems like that's all Berkvis got to say about it. We don't know. Let's see if Dickens can just hold that position. Again, I have to reiterate this. Dickens, a real good defender. Defender against Ponset. It's not an easy task to do, especially against a fast driver like Ponset. And now second gap between Dickens and Berkvis. At this point, make no mistakes. That's all. That's the only thing going through your mind right now. Make no mistakes. Keep the car together. Do not do anything stupid. That applies to all drivers right now. Surprisingly, the Porsche Penske car, that Porsche fastest car out on track right now. You'd expect that would have been the Toyota Giro, but no, he DNF. He crashed his car. That's a lot to ask him about that. That incident happened that we didn't catch on camera. Yeah, look at that. 1.5 second gap between Dickens and Berkvis. You see Ponset running the distance, still a lap down. No contest for Ponset. It's just these two drivers. Let's see if Berkvis still got some tires left in his, tread left in his tires. See if he can squeeze a little bit more out of the Asada, but it's going to be a huge ask. And if I were the Asada team, I'd be happy with P2 right now. Flashing his lights, probably some light traffic up ahead. Lights for the hell with. I thought we were going to do lap track in front of him. Probably celebratory. 10 minutes left to go. I would say that's an early celebration right there. Because you don't know. These corners, they can catch you out. You can make one tiny mistake on any of these corners. Especially at that final sector. And you're spinning out. So, right now, Dickens just gotta be head empty, look at the track, fuel the car, and just keep on driving it. Because you know you got the faster car right now. If you go like 75%, 80% on the true pace, yeah, do that versus going 100% making all these, or having the potential to make mistakes. Nearly a 3-second gap between Berkvis. I think that's all Berkvis and Dickens. I think that's all Berkvis got left. He's succeeding. don't know if that's the right word for it, but no, he's just saying, okay, I'll take the P2. I had a good run in Silverstone. You can have it, Dickon. Let's look up on Ponset right now. Ponset in the back straight. Haven't reached the front two runners right now. Not even in range in sight of them. Kind of let down by Ponset. Qualified P2 right behind the road. Had a bad start in this race. You usually see that with Ponset in the last two races. And you just won them. So I mean, it's P3. You still got a podium, but not something that I'm thinking about if you're expected to win this race, right? It's kind of like seeing Max Verstappen. That's a driver, right? Being in P3. I don't know too much about F1. But I have to assume Max Verstappen is the best driver. There's 7 minutes to go. Kyle in the pits, he's pitting in right now. He said, hey, I'm last of the active runners. I just want to take this home. Let's take that P5 home and run with it. Seven minutes left to go. We got Dickon, Berkvis, Ponset, Drury, and Welling as our active runners right now. DNFs are Stickley, Lonzo, Rowe, Perez, Suzavong, and Stratton. All parked their cars. Three and a half second gap between Dickon and Berkvis right now. Seems like. Apart from anything coming from Dickon, if he gets a little bit loose, he spins out. Seems like we're gonna stay. See the same place running right now till the end of the race. Someone in the car in the chat just asked who's winning right now. I'm responding to Dickon. Right now. 5 minutes left to go. 5:40. I believe that's about 2-3-ish laps, maybe. That's scuff math right there. I'm not a big fan of math. The only math I like is geometry because I like shapes. I like looking at shapes. Hexagons are pretty cool. There we go. I'm Dickon right now. Into that back straight. 4-second gap between him and Berkvis right now. Very, very tentative on that corner, on that final corner for Dickon. He's thinking, he's like, I do not want to crash this dang car. Being very careful there, which is good on him. If he can just keep it safe at this point. We got a 4-second gap with 4 minutes left to go. He's gonna have to run you down like a second a minute, which I know that Dickon can just put pedal on metal. Do people still say, am I getting old? Yeah. But I do know that Dickon can up his pace a little bit without compromising too much just to have that stuff. Right now, Dickon, he just wants a nice, cozy drive till the end. Here in Sebring, final round of the LSR Le Mans Ultimate Challenge Championship. Just hot card. Ponce right now. Seeing what he's up to. Clean air up front, and no one to bother him. Just running laps, just saying, hey, I'll take it from you. Go from there. That Alpine looks so pretty. Taillights are kind of tacky, if you think about it. It has the Alpine logo, like, come on. It's perverse, in my opinion. Way too perverse. You think that car would have been Italian and all that stuff, which is how perverse it is. But no, the Isada kind of looks like an LP2 car, if I'm not gonna lie. And that's Italian. So I don't know what to do. Speaking of the Isada, 5-second gap between the Isada and that corner. But Burke is also just be careful in that corner. He does not want to give Concept a lick of it, even though he's a lap down. But he also just don't want to crash his car right at the end. About 2 minutes left to go. About 2 more-ish laps, maybe. Of racing for the LSR Championship. I believe the F1 season for LSR just ended. They're about to take up. They're about to have another season of F1. I believe they're running. They're running F1 25. Because the new game never came out, right? Oh, you know what? If anyone from LSR is watching, maybe we can get some NASCAR 25. Hey, nudge. Get some oval racing in there. We could do NASCAR 2003. That's a good game right there. We played that a lot. Speaking of NASCAR 2003, last week the boys at RBR, we had a Daytona 500, full 500, 200 laps, 500 miles. Finished P3 after getting screwed over in the pit stops, but hey, we'll count that. And the lead lap. Nick, the commentator, finished P2. While really racing driver Rick Balfour finished P1. Close. Oh, and whoa. Oh, that was Drew. I saw a Dutch flag and I was like, hold on. Was that Dickens right there? Nope, that's just Drew. 5-second gap between Dickens and Burkus. But Drury, a quiet P4. Just keeping it all there. 2 laps down. Very surprising. It could have been a good midfield battle between Drury and really got like Rowe, Perez, Suthavong, and all that stuff, but DNF'd. Getting to the final lap, I believe, with a minute left to go. A minute left of racing to go on Le Mans Ultimate. Lightning Speed Racing. Round 5, final round. Here at Sebring. 105 minutes. 105 grueling minutes of bumps and bumps, ups and downs, stop and go. Ain't that all of the tracks out there? It's a bump, it's a stop and go. There's a little bit of curve here and there. Just wait till the timer runs out. Dickens in second 2 right now. Just run the car how it is. 5-second gap between him and Burkus. Dominant showing by Dickens on the Porsche. We saw good defense from him. We saw good offense and we saw good pace. Chasing down Burkus for the win. As time goes 0, it's going to be our last lap. Porsche Penske, number 6 car, a Porsche Penske car driven by Thomas Dickens. Rounds that penultimate corner right here. Going to the back straight. What an awesome drive by Dickens. Man drive. Usually we see that of Ponce, but Ponce had a bad start in the first half of the race. But Dickens kept his head down. Got good laps in. Got good defense. Got good offense as well with Burkus as he goes to the final corner. Into the front straight. He's weaving his car around. He's flashing his lights as he wins the final race of Le Mans Ultimate. LSR, round 5 in Sebring. 105 minutes of Sebring. Let's see Burkus going to a line as well. Oh, and he parked the car immediately. I'm tired. Let's see if Dickens gonna do some burnouts. Here we go. Hell yeah, baby. Put it in the wall. Put it in the wall. Put it in the wall and just run it. Pretty clean donuts right there. It's like I'm out here in the intersection doing a takeover. That's a Ponset going nuts right here. Here we go. Here's some good burnout by Ponset. Let's go back on track. Now, let's see if we can get some interviews out here. Some good racing right there. 105 minutes of Sebring, round 5, final round of LSR LMU Championship. Let's see if I can get Thomas Dakin, the race winner, for an interview. See if he's going to be active. Let me get out of LSR. Our final standings right now is Dakin, Berkfus, Ponset as a P1-2, P1, P2, P3 was your podium right there. With Alex Jury in that Toyota as P4, Kyle Welling in that Cadillac P5. We have our DNFs with William Stickley out for our P6, Fernando Alonso, fake name P7, Henry Giroux, pole sitter, but sadly ended up in P8 for the DNF. Still has the best lap out of all the drivers. Don't know if that's going to count for points. Nico Perez, P9, right there, DNF again. Nicholas Southavon in P10, the Aston, and the final driver in P11, another Aston, Rick Stratton. There we go. I'm going to give it a couple more minutes till we get a response from Dickens, seeing if he wants to do an interview. Probably not. But then again, that's our final race of the LSR LMU Championship. I believe there's going to be another season. Maybe we'll get some GT3 cars as well. We're going to get more people coming in. I'm still going to be commentating. Nick's still going to be commentating. And hopefully Jarvis is going to be here too. I do like a good 3-man, kind of like in Fortnite. Anyways, do I have a response? Yes, no, maybe. Oh, wrong guy on the interview. Let's see if I can join general. Hello, Mr. Dick.
Hey.
Winner of the race and that Porsche Pensy car, number 6 car. So I got a couple questions for you. So in that start, you were defending real hard against Ponset, and I really like that defending you did right there, especially into that in that second straight where you took that inside line into that fast right-hander.
Yep.
If there's anything I gotta ask you, is that what was harder? Was it harder to drive down the car of Berkfus into that latter stint, or was it harder to defend against Ponset in that first stint?
Well, I didn't feel like Ponset was finding his rhythm, so I didn't have a lot of problems battling Ponset. It was more difficult getting to the end versus Berkfist. So.
Okay, interesting. Because Berkfus, you know, his tires seemed like it was dead because you were just putting in seconds after second. Like every time I looked in into the splits, it was just like, okay, second down, another second down. You really in that car.
Well, first of all, I was surprised I lost 30 seconds on the pit stop, but that's probably because he didn't switch tires, right? I don't know.
I believe, yeah, that was actually surprising too because there was a short gap. It was like a 5-second gap before the pit stop. You came in first. He went 2 laps extra, so it was probably he didn't take any tires, so that's surprising.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, at least I caught up, also surprisingly, because I didn't expect to close that gap. Yeah, if he did the whole race on one set, then yeah, he's gonna be slow.
Yeah, that was some good racing right there by Dick. And any last remarks you want us to do? Any shout-outs?
Well, I'm just proud to bring the number 6 Porsche across the line first. I didn't expect to win a race this season, so it's great to end the season like this.
Hell yeah, brother! Putting that number 6 car up into P1, if you will. For the Americans out there.
Yeah, I love it.
Hell yeah! All right, sounds
right.
Good. Appreciate you coming on. I'm gonna leave you.
Yeah, thanks for commentating, mate.
Oh, no problem. It's my job. I get paid 2 cents for this.
Well done.
Yep, I'll see you.
Bye bye.
And that's it. And that's it for the LSR LMU Championship final round. 105 minutes of Sebring. 105 minutes of good racing. Well, a little bit of good racing. I kind of went nuts in there when I did my gun ASMR, but pretty epic. Hopefully we'll get the season underway soon. Driver of the day is going to be Dickin, obviously. Quick shout out to Welling. Surprise shout out to Welling. Gave me alcohol poisoning with all the Pepsi shots I got. I'm sorry, not alcohol, soda poisoning. But another good shout out to Purpose as well. Didn't know he did not take any tires, which made it seem surprising. I mean, which isn't surprising when he lost a lot of pace. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and close the stream right now. I've been your commentator, only commentator, well, a little bit with Nick in the middle part, but in your commentator lane, I'm here. I'm not to end this. I'm not a good end commentator kind of thing. But again, this was the LSR LMU challenge. 105 minutes to Sebring. This is the final round. We're gonna have another season coming up soon with new tracks. Hopefully, they had a pull out, and hopefully GT3 cars with hypercars. So, again, my name's Lane, and we're gonna see you the next time we're gonna run